Alright, welcome back. We are still trying to make our push into the 40s. We've got quite a few quests to go yet tonight, so we'll see how far we can get. We are exactly where we left off, though. So we're going to talk to Harshafont here. This should be the talk of Coerthas. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortemps included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean that there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your case. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you were make inquiries of your own. Yeah, that is a weird sentence structure. Lady 9 of mine own House Fortemps, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There is also Cravelin of House Hillianart, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the chief astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortemps. Do not concern yourself with House Desmael. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned, and return to me when finished. Hello. Why, hello, good madam. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortemps does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Hillianart have been found guilty of hearsay in recent days. Aha. Halone, grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Lord Harshafont. I want to help you, I truly do. But these accusations of hearsay have thrown House Hillianart into chaos. Right now we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. Oh, he was the one at the top of that tower, wasn't he? Okay, we got a little bit of a run here. I gather you have been busy since last we spoke. Lord Harshfant's missive was positively glowing, but if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We are at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guilliman arrived in Coerthas, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. If Lord Harshfront wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in his folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. By your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. It seems the whole of Coerthas is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard provide more pertinent information. Yeah, that would be swell, but feels unlikely. All right, this should be Road to Redemption. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Factual, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I have received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north toward the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun with the Dravinian horde, so I'm not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Franchell's party requires assistance. Who goes there? Misty? No, stay back. The fiend is still here. Oh, yes, he sure is. All right. I heard the beast's cries from over yonder. Then Lord Factual is safe? Bless you, miss. Bless you. Curse those fiends. It's as though they knew we were coming. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Leonard if we cannot even slay a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did, miss. House Leonard will remember your kindness. It was a foolish thing to do, I know, but I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scaleskin. Moreover, it was House Hillianart that yielded the Steel Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of hearsay, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be, but even should my protestation fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? Oh, I see. A reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. A witness to the final flight of the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Factual at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal with which Inquisitor Guilliman has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Factual's name, and by association yours. Yes, I see. All right, we are going to do following the evidence. As I see it, the key to proving Lord Franchel's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question. So it was found in a locked chest labeled as the property of Lord Franchel. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here is what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Rickerman. He works closely with the porters who ferry goods across Coerthas, so he may have some inkling of who could be responsible. Oh, not here. Okay. I'm guessing this one. Someone tampering with shipments? Fury strike me down if all them rosaries found in people's possessions were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look, lass. I'm a House Helionart man through and through. This hearsay nonsense is bad for me and my family, too. I ain't saying the porters what were bringing the shipment did it, though. I know most of them what work the trade routes, and I've never had cause to question their faith. But if it wasn't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it. Could it have been the fellows what were responsible for the inspections? Huh! Ishgardian knights and inquisitors, the lot of them, as if they'd ever turn their cloaks. Reckon that means the porters are your most likely suspects. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragon Head from Whitebrim Front tonight. You might consider having a word with them. Beg your pardon. You suspect that we porters have been planting draconian rosaries in House Helionart's shipments? What? Never. If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find. Are we finished? If so, I would appreciate an apology. But that's impossible. Once the knight at Whitebrim Front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. And if I had been the culprit, I would have never allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Harshfont, I will not be held accountable for this. Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. But more importantly, what did Rickman have to say? More draconian rosaries in every single parcel bound for Skyfire locks. That beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Halionart's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. And praise Haloni that he did. Lord Franchel's trial is upon us, and we must act now if we are to clear his name. All right, this should be in the eyes of gods and men. From the very first, I knew it could not be that so many members of House Halionart were heretics. At last, we can give the lie to these poisonous allegations and put an end to this travesty. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have you bear my words to Inquisitor Bridgie. Tell her that House Fortemps asks, nay, demands that Lord Franchel's trial be postponed until a full investigation has been conducted. What is it, my child? Lord Harshfont would have the Inquisitors do what? But that is not possible. Inquisitor Gulami presides over Lord Franchel's trial at Witchdrop even as we speak. Fear not, if Lord Franchel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Haloni's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. This is not good, Harshfont. We gotta get down there, like, now. They've taken Lord Franchel to Witchdrop? This is madness. The Inquisitor does not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. Misty, I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Witchdrop to forestall the proceedings until such time as I am able to join you, and petition Inquisitor Gulami in person. I will endeavor not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Franchel alive. Joachim Charlemagne Frankel de Leonard, you stand accused of hearsay against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Dravinians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service to the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemy of Ishgard. It is for Halone to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of God and men. Leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Halone's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their draken form and be put to the sword. In the name of House Fortemps, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we are come on behalf of Lord Horsefant. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests that the charges against Lord Franchel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. Lord Horsefant has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts, I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of an inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them until Lord Horsefant arrives, Misty, and remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. I mean, you say that, but... Let's see. Did they say anything? I guess I maybe should have been paying more attention. But let's see what happens this time. What am I supposed to be beating on now? Oh. There we go. It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. But this trial, like many others I fear, has been orchestrated by enemies of House Helionart. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginings of a desperate man, what proof have you of this? By the Fury, a draconian rosary, then the knight who refused to yield, it was he who summoned the wyvern. A heretic? A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights? This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Horshfont. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Franchel pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Coerthas, Misty. Pray locate your errant airship and use it. Lord Horshfont, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you'd have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Helionart. Praise Haloni, it did not come to that, but it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place, Misty. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. Ooh, that would be cold. Yeah. You look well, Misty. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight along such a fearless and skillful warrior. Yeah, actually, I didn't do that well this time, but, thanks. Were it not for you, Lord Factual would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and I might well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern. House Fortems and House Halionard shall never forget your service. Now, let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. This should be the final flight of the Enterprise. The man with knowledge of the Enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. Cool. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Factual is innocent now, but just a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Coerthas several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the stone. Vigil in the far northwest. Garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Horchefant is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. Stone Vigil. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillmont of Whitebrim Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest that you request Lord Factual do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys, Misty. May Haloni guide you. Wonderful to see you again, Misty. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside the Stone Vigil. It shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Halienart, in the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravinian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the stone vigil, House Duriandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt that my words will carry much weight with Lord Dromont. Nevertheless, I will write you your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Halienart have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred toward us, and towards you now as well. White Brim Frost. Okay. You desire an audience with Lord Dromont, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. What do we have here? Letters from Lord Horshafont and Frenchel, is it? A likely. Oh, you're serious. What to do, what to do. All right, this should be Ye of Little Faith. Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Dromont's attentions are focused solely on the stone vigil at the present. In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Albrose. Yes, Sir Albrose can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. There's a chocobo we haven't picked up yet. Cool. Althano, what are you doing here? Okay, that's weird. Let's try back upstairs. Okay, I'm sure you guys spotted it and I'm just missing it. But geez Louise, what am I doing wrong here? No. No. More no. I just don't see. Al Boise. Oh. Ah ha ha. Oh my god, that was harder than it should have been. Sir Bruna, dear, bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help you, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Dromond hasn't the time to spend. Oh, man. It was a no, but I tapped the screen, so it got cut off before I was ready. Are you here to visit a patient, madam? What's this? Letters of introduction from House Fortems and Helionard. With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Godernau. He should know Lord Drolmont's current whereabouts. What reason have you for barging into... Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Drolmont is just up these stairs. Letters or no, though, I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly, show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Sir Godernau permitted your passage. Very well, speak. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with scaleskin to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Drolmont. You know our name, and you know our deeds. We are come to Coerthas to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Cid, Nan Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive, but that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, as House Durandane marshals its forces to retake the Stone Vigil, who should appear in white brim font but 3 mysterious strangers? Cid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the calamity, and 2 scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Durandare would have greater sense. I know not why these 3 seek the Stone Vigil, but I know we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment I nearly believed this mummer's farce. You 3 will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well. It could be moons before House Durandare purges the dragons from the Stone Vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Cid, Misty, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Drolmont's trust. Understood? Okay, let's look around. Factual Folklore. It should be here somewhere. Must be downstairs, though. Alright, this is Factual Folklore. You, the last responsible for that commotion upstairs? Aye, word travels fast in White Brim Front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Drolmont's mind. If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Win over the barracks and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. It wouldn't be a quality meal, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy in Danif's Pass and take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. Huh. Cool. didn't work? Did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh dear, remind me to never wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila. Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights there and above. You there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Awesome. There you go. Yes, yes. I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. We ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this God-forsaken war. Is that fresh-cooked steak? Polonius' blessings be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Ever must we train to maintain our skills at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance. You're a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. Oh, the cook, I see. Feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? Ah, but I've forgotten about the hard-working Shurgans at the infirmary, so rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking this steak to Sonota? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Beg your pardon, madam, but I'm busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment. Is that... Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Alright. Might I have a word with you, Misty? It concerns the surgeons. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembic for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites. Though commonly used to reduce the temperature of alchemic mixtures, this is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device. But is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before. I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I've no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it's as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. I think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder where the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts, wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation offered by these unbelievers. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Franchell's trial? Whatever his reason, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Okay, this should be influencing Inquisitors. Before we can persuade Lord Drolmont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillemot that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Coerthas. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of White Brim Front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. Inquisitor Guillemot? Yes, of course, I know of him. Alas, I've not seen him since the day he came to White Brim Front, several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the Night's Watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end Inquisitor Guillemot rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madam, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Inquisitor Guillemot? I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Inquisitor Guillemot's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbitrators of Haloni's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. Shiver. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind, as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I'm beginning to suspect that he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Misty. Mayhap they will provide insight into the Inquisitor Gulane's motivations. Alright, this should be By the Lights of Ishgard. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes, but the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in Whitebrim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from the north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jolot is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Okay, there has to be a way down there. I just have to figure it out. Let's try going out the other gate. interesting. This is the gate I should have gone out. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Gulami, newly come to Coerthas and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Misty, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. I don't believe we can wear any of that, but let's just have a peek. Oh. Alright, this should be blood for blood. Since Lord Dromont has already been turned against us, I fear this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap this is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Joliot with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He's a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunella. She was at the eastern gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. You! I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know naught of it, not at all. Okay. Yes, I do doubt. You know, don't you? Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. When Sir Jolot gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravinian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Jolot and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Jolot to the infirmary, and on his first night in White Brim Front, Inquisitor Guillimain was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Dromont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing. Until Lord Factual was accused. Some time ago I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest, hidden southeast of White Brim Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Helionard, thus exonerating Lord Franchel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that's the entire truth. I swear, Holoni forgive me for not acting sooner. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries, and where did you find this papal encyclo? Fury, take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. This evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Misty, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first, I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Not better. Take the money. Alright, this should be the heretic among us. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravinian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Misty. Together let us put an end to this impostor's hearsay once and for all. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Dromon arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Holone's halls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Holone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Dromont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guilherme and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ah, grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Dromont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You, whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence. Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, defended by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Dromont, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravinian fang and claw. My glamour's dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. Cough. Wheeze. Ha ha. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, Whitebrim Front shall fall. Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Misty, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were reunited with your heirship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at Whitebrim Front and bring your associates. Where have you been, Misty? The false Inquisitor has been slain? Has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. This should be In Pursuit of the Past. As I'm sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Dromont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic, masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaume, would still be among us. free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concern, I fear. You speak of the Dravinians that now hold the rune. In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say. Nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the rune has served as a Dravinian foothold in Coerthas, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change, or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Dromont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathilane of your impending visit. May Halone guide you, scions. Hail, Misty. Lord Dromont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whenever you will. Alright, let's see if we can take some NPCs and do this one too. Oh, we can. Need anything from in here? Looks like no. Also no. And it looks like we can't go that way, so let's go this way. Go up or over there. Oh, there isn't anything up here, I don't think. Okay. So definitely over there. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. Oh, good. I suppose we're going to wake it up. The dragon is not our concern. We've come for the airship and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Misty, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. Thanks. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? Yeah, I'm on it. That settles it then. Shall we, Sid? As you command. Ruh-roh. You mean to slay Garuda next. Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests. A testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. Yeah, thanks for your help. This is exactly what I needed. Alphino the dragon. Confound it all. Let us see how well your blasphemous gift serves you this time, Crystal Bearer. Uh-oh, what happened to my sound? Uh-oh. Well, middle battle is not the place to figure it out, so... Alright. It looks like sound may still be going to my recording, just not my headphones, so good times. Misty. Misty, are you all right? Speak to me. "12 be praised. I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already, which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say." "What say you, Sid? Will she fly?" "Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride." "Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye. It is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission." This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... Bah, it's no use. Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna be right back because it's really hard to play without any sound coming to the headphones. So just a couple minutes. I'll be back. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to have to restart to probably get it back. So let's finish up this quest. And then I will be back after a bit once I work out all my audio problems. Ah, how I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the 12 Woods. Yet, I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Alright. Let's see. Alright. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be gone for a bit because I have to figure out why I'm not getting any sound. So, thanks for coming out. I think we did make it to 40 in the main story. So I think we at least made it to our goal tonight. If I am able to get the sound back to working, I'll be back.